Welcome to the Devil's Lair with Randy Meadows and Todd Gann.
Welcome back to the Devil's Lair. I'm Todd Gann.
And I'm Randy Meadows.
We're here live and in person. It doesn't get any better than live podcast here, Randy.
Yeah, I know. That was kind of funny. I thought that's what he meant, that we were on, and I'm glad he pointed at you because I just wanted to see how you was going to handle it. So
here we go.
Yeah, anyways, welcome back to another edition of the Devil's Lair. We are, I forgot which episode this is, like 127. What? Donovan, do you know?
All right. I think this might be 10.
It's 10, I believe.
I think that's right.
We're into episode 10, and we appreciate everybody in the chat room. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Anything you want to know or feel like you need to say, feel free to type it up in the chat room. We've got a monitor in front of us so we can see everything you're typing in there.
Exactly.
And we'll respond to it. Donovan's monitoring it and getting us along, and thank you for chiming in.
Listen, that was what I was about to say. Thanks. That's why we're here. We're doing this, and we hope we got folks out there that's tuning in and spreading the word. And we're trying to get the word out about these kids in Tift County.
Yeah, exactly right. So, what do you want to start with the air rifle?
Well, let's go ahead and start with air rifle. They're kind of in the height of their season right now, getting things going. And Coach Dr. Julie Rucker, they're having a good season.
Yeah, they certainly are. As a matter of fact, they're shooting right now, I believe, or they shot this afternoon.
Right, exactly. But, we got a little bit of data on kind of some of their matches here, recent matches, and, we'll kind of start with Worth County. What you got on their Worth County match here?
The air rifle team went into Tift County and handled business. They
went into Worth County.
What'd I say?
They went into Tift County.
Well, they went in there, too, and handled business.
They left Tift County and went to Worth.
Yeah, they went to Worth and handled business, and they shot, let's see what they shot. I've got it here, I swear I do.
They shot a 11-20.
Yeah, an 11-20, and beat Worth pretty easily, which I think was kind of an expected deal for Coach Rucker.
Yeah, I think so, too. I think so.
They were kind of prepping for their upcoming match against Colquitt, which is probably their biggest rival.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they've had a team that's been going for some time down there, and I can't remember the gentleman's name that kind of heads that up, but I think Colquitt County has a target on them.
Yeah, well, they should.
Exactly.
They do some really good things over there.
They do.
But Coach Rucker, she wants to point out that her team, they shoot from three positions: standing, prone position, and I think they go behind her back and shoot. Like, not really. But, they do have three positions. I don't know what all three of them are. I actually asked her if me and Todd could challenge some of their shooters one day, and we film it and show it on the show.
Exactly.
And hopefully she'll let us do that soon. And
that'd be fun.
Although we're probably not qualified to hold any kind of weaponry that they have or rifle. I'm not going to call it weaponry, but it might turn out to be weaponry by the time we're done with it.
This is true. There may be the beginning of the end of rifle program in Tift County.
Yeah, exactly. But that's going to be a cool deal if we can ever get that lined up. So
right. Oh, that'd be great.
It would. It'd be fun because I'm going to beat one of them. I'm telling you right now.
That's the thing about it, too. If we can go do that, that'll give us a better understanding of the sport.
Definitely.
What's involved, and that sort of thing. And anytime you can learn another sport, just kind of the mechanics of it is great.
Yeah, that's right. So, anyways, as long as I don't have to pass no background checks to shoot that gun, I'm going to be okay.
And, I don't know if we need to wear eye protection or not. I feel like we may need to.
Probably all kinds of protection. So they might need to wear protection.
That's exactly right.
Anyway, so they went over there and beat Worth County. They had some improvement with their shooters, Coach Rucker said. She said that the scores was identical to the previous match they had against Ashburn County. But she said you can see improvements. And, having coached most of my adult life, I see where she's coming from. Your score might not change, but some
you
of the
see
things
improvement.
you see improvement.
Right. You see improvement.
And, that's great. That's great for their program. And they want to get up to obviously shooting higher numbers and prepare for that Colquitt County match and that big rivalry that's actually becoming a a good rivalry. And that's one thing I've noticed with our show, man. We're starting to develop all these rivalries with these, it ain't just it's everybody. We've got them all over the region.
That's exactly right. It's kind of, too, when some of these different sports, it's not the same rivalry with every sport either. Some of them are the same, but then some of them aren't.
Yeah, and that's good, though.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I agree.
Good. We can draw from, that's more places we're being known.
Absolutely.
And notorious.
That's right.
And
hopefully notorious.
Yeah, that's right. So, Rucker, Coach Rucker said, Coach Dr. Rucker, you got to get it right because I don't want to make her mad.
That's right.
So, she said the key to good shooting is everybody being hot at the same time.
Oh, really?
So,
wow.
And you take a small place like Worth County's got 6. You can only carry 6
lanes. They got 6 lanes.
6 lanes. You know the lingo and the terminology, don't you? So that was an issue, was having the amount of shooters and everybody being hot at the same time.
Right.
In a team sport, and not that it's not a team sport, but there's some individuality there.
That's right.
So when you get up there and you're shooting, you get the, you've got to be on because you may have to pick up your slack, but you take a kid like Hannah Rucker, who seems to be the high spot of the team.
Right.
She shot a 287.
Right.
And you've got to get, she's the one shooter, and your 2 shooters are going to be pretty close. That 3 and 4, 5 and 6.
Right.
They're going to be pivotal to everything that you do.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. It's just one of those deals where everybody's got to kind of be on the game all the time, really.
Exactly. So in Worth County, Hannah Rucker was the high individual shooter. She had a personal high of 287. And senior Brooke Hester was right behind her with a 285.
Right.
Shelby Gates and Dylan Merritt. Shelby had a 274. Dylan had 269. They were the top 4 for TIFF. So they did a wonderful job. And you're probably seeing a picture right now of Hannah Rucker.
Right.
She's shooting targets and knocking down and scoring big for TIFF County.
That's right.
So
that's exactly right.
That's wonderful.
That's exactly right.
Well, they won in Worth, and that was setting up the big match
in Colquitt.
with Colquitt.
That's exactly right. And, Colquitt, of course, a big rivalry no matter what sport, and certainly air rifle is one of them. And, TIFF County went down there and certainly had some high expectations and wanted to do well, and they did well. Struggled a little bit, and, on the 29th of January, went down there and actually wound up a little short and, top first loss of the season for them. But they shot an 11-15, Colquitt County did, and then TIFF County shot an 11-02. So, that's still a pretty good score there.
Yeah, 13 points, that's not very much in shooting, I don't believe.
Yeah, I don't think that is. That's a close match, sounds like to me, 13 points. When you're scoring 1,100-plus points, in a match like that, that's a small separation, 13.
Yeah. Coach Rucker said she just had a few shooters that were off that night, and it goes back to that consistency.
That's exactly right.
Tough, man. You're going up there and you're holding this rifle, and there's a lot of pressure on those kids, man.
That's exactly right.
Colquitt County is one of the best in the state,
right?
And you have to show up, and I commend them kids. That's a pretty solid score, if you ask me.
Absolutely, and and I'm sure the environment down there is a little different too. I'm sure it's like, the big game, to go down there. Colquitt County's going to do well, and you got to be there with them. So it's probably an intense moment.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I really can't. And that's the other reason why I'm excited maybe that we'll be able to go shoot against these kids.
That's exactly right.
Because there's been a little pressure on us.
There will be some pressure on us, I promise you.
I want to beat them. I'm telling you, that's what I want to do. So
every day we go out there to do our job, and we do it because we want to be best at what we do.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
That's just it. So you don't want a kid beating you.
I know.
There's a little pride there.
I don't have mercy on my kid. My wife and kid, anything we play or do, I don't take it easy on them. I might every now and then let them get ahead or something. I always win at the end if I can. I'm not just going to let somebody beat me.
Just makes them better.
That's right. That's exactly right. Character builder.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Anyways, Coach Rucker said she's got to find that 3 and 4 shooter like we mentioned earlier today.
Just get that depth there and consistency. Yep. Exactly. So, but air rifle's doing well. I think they got they had Worth County at home tonight. Is that right?
I believe it was. No. Yeah, the Worth County tonight at home, and then Fitzgerald tomorrow.
At Fitzgerald?
At Fitzgerald, I think. No, it's at home.
At home, okay.
So two matches in a row.
Right. At home.
I don't know what time that starts. If anybody out there knows,
I don't know either.
That'd be great to know because I'd like to go up there and maybe catch a little bit of it myself.
Yeah.
I've been in there and seen the lanes up and the targets
exactly.
full of holes, but
and pellets all over the place.
Yeah, but that's all I've ever seen of it. So
exactly.
But good luck to them. They're pegging along and they're doing their
well.
season. They are doing well.
They're doing well. I'm sure they'll have several qualify for state, I would imagine, this year.
I would imagine, that's right. Now, well, they've already got, what, 2?
I think they've already got 2. I think Brooke Hester probably, and Hannah Rucker probably.
And Hannah, I believe, have both qualified. That's right. There you go. That's a start already.
Absolutely.
So good luck to them on their endeavors in the future. And
that's right.
If you see them kids, give them a high five.
That's right. That's exactly right. So
what you got next, Todd?
Well, basketball full swing. Region is well underway. I think we got about 2 more games left in the region before we get to the region tournament, and both teams are doing well. Randy, 19-4 on the season. Both teams are 19-4. Girls was on a roll for a while. They went undefeated. About 12, 13 in a row, I believe it was.
I think it was 15 16 17,
maybe,
somewhere in there.
Exactly. So they were on a roll.
They certainly were.
And I think you and I talked about this a little bit. They've had a great year, but then when you look at the state rankings, they're not there, and we're just like shocked, But I think it's just one of the facts that South Georgia basketball, they just don't get the look that they deserve.
It's not just basketball; it's everything.
It's everything. You're right.
It's everything.
It's everything. It really is. So the girls certainly had a great season, and
I was talking to somebody today, and it may be a good thing if we're not ranked in the top 10. That can be a little motivation.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Headed into the region tournament and into playoff.
Flying on the radar there.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
And maybe surprise some folks there.
Yeah. That would be great.
It would be great. It would be.
They're having a great season.
They are.
And,
they are.
On a similar note. Coach Julie Connor is being inducted into the ABAC
Hall of Fame. That's exactly right. Congratulations. That's an honor.
He certainly is. Certainly is. So congratulations to her.
Right.
She. Some people may not know the ABAC program shut their basketball program completely down.
Mm-hmm.
And we were lucky enough to have her at Tiff County.
That's exactly right.
And she's been there ever since. And they're having a great season. And there's not a better person out there, let alone coach, to get an honor like that.
That's exactly right. It is quite an honor. I mean, talk about a coach that cares for her kids. I mean, she cares for those kids no matter what.
That's right. We talk about it every week.
That's exactly right.
So congratulations to them.
Yeah, but Friday night, they're here at home. They got Colquitt County coming in, and then Saturday they go back down to Valdosta and play down there, and should be a couple of exciting games. And you want to go back down to Valdosta and beat Valdosta on their turf, because that's who handed us the loss here recently.
Yeah, this past Saturday night we got beat by Valdosta by like 12 points.
Right.
And the girls it was just a sloppy game. I listened to it. I didn't get to go.
Yeah, right.
I listened to it, and they turned the ball over a lot, and but the good news is they get to go down there and play them again this week,
right.
and get some redemption.
Hey, if you're going to have a loss, it's probably time in the season you want to have a loss.
That's right, man. Unless you can kind of remind, you reel off 17 games in a row, and then you need that loss to say, hey, you know what, we need to work a little harder.
Yeah, exactly. We can be beat.
Yeah, so maybe they'll get it all together. I'm sure.
I'm sure they will too.
Good matchup with Colquitt Friday night.
Right.
The Colquitt girls are ranked number 4 in the within the region.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We're number 1 at 9-1. Valdosta is 2 at 8-3.
Right. Right.
So if we mess around and lose to Colquitt, then that opens the door for Valdosta.
That's exactly right. And we don't want that to happen.
Yeah, we definitely don't want that to happen.
That's right.
So if we go ahead and seal the deal with Colquitt, we'll go ahead and clinch that region title.
Exactly.
And that'll be great momentum going into the tournament.
Region tournament, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. And that's the thing. I don't know a lot of folks understand, how that kind of all shakes out. And in basketball, I mean, you can be a region champ, but then you got to go to the region tournament. And you may not make it out of the region tournament.
Yeah, that's right.
You go to the state. I mean, I think you do. You just wind up at a lower seed.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly how that works, but
let me see. It used to be if you went undefeated in the regular season, you would automatically be in the championship game.
Right.
And I think that has changed because
I think it has too.
With 7 teams being in the region,
exactly.
I think that's changed.
Right.
But you will get a first round bye and
Right.
we'll obviously play the lowest seed that
Exactly.
that advances.
Right.
And that'll be good.
Oh, yeah,
So,
it will be. Sure will be. So,
as a whole, the region is down just a little bit, I think.
I think so, too.
But you still
Boys
got
and girls.
That's right, boys and girls. It's down just a little
Right.
bit. But the way our schools are playing right now is kind of bringing it up a little bit,
Right,
too.
exactly. Down as a region, but as a region, we're probably better than we have been.
Yeah, Valdosta's 18-4
Right.
with 3 region losses.
Exactly.
I mean, that's kind of like playing in the football region. That's kind of the same thing.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
So they're doing some good things on that girls basketball team.
Right.
They lost Saturday night, but Alexis Johnson had 11 points and led the team in scoring and whatnot. For what it's worth, they got beat, and people tend to turn their head to that. And I want to get as many people in that gym to see the girls' game as the guys' game.
That's exactly right. I've always been a fan of girls basketball. It's exciting to watch. It really is.
It is.
I've always been a fan of it.
Yeah. Well, we'll do it one episode at a time, man. We'll try to do our best to get people out there.
That's right.
So,
That's exactly right.
they'll be at home Friday night. Go out and see them play Colquitt, and then they'll be on the road Saturday night in Valdosta,
Right.
which will be. That'll probably be a packed house
That
down
will be
there.
a packed house.
It'll be hot in there.
That is a one hot gym.
Now, they got a wrestling tournament down there Saturday.
Ooh.
They do. And I know that.
It's a USA tournament?
Yeah, it's our USA tournament, and we'll be in there. We'll be in there till 4 or 5 o'clock. So
Goodness gracious.
at least. So it's going to be interesting. I
It'll
don't
be a
know how that's
challenge.
going to shake out. I don't know if things will change. So
Yeah. Who knows?
yeah,
Wow.
you might want to check it before you go. But
Yeah, that's right. Wow.
Anyway, so that's kind of the wrap up of the girls and where they're
Right,
going, where they're
right.
heading. The region tournament, I believe, starts next Wednesday,
Do you know where the region tournament is?
It's in
this year?
Valdosta.
It is in Valdosta this year. Okay.
which is good. That's close to
Oh,
home. I'm
gosh,
dreading
yes.
when it's in Camden and Brunswick. So
Oh, I know. 2 or 3 years ago, I was up in Warner Robins, and that was even a stretch right there. So
that's right. So, well, let's move on to boys basketball.
Well, like I say, boys 19-4, 9-1 in the region. Followed back behind them was Valdosta 8-3. So Valdosta's right there. Same situation. They can sneak in there if the boys aren't careful. You got to get that win Friday night and then go down there Saturday and be able to take care of business down there on Saturday too. So kind of same situation the girls are in.
Yeah, definitely.
So quite interesting there.
It's easy to look over Colquitt. They're last in the region right now in the boys' side.
Right.
So, I mean, it's real easy to overlook them and just, look past them and mess around and get beaten.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially with Valdosta on Saturday night, just looming out there.
Exactly. And wasn't it Colquitt that we got defeated by Colquitt already this year?
No, it was Coffee.
It was Coffee. That's
Yeah,
right.
Coffee. We went to Coffee
That's exactly
Saturday
right.
night before they flew out to New Jersey.
New Jersey. That's exactly right. It was Coffee.
I meant Boston. I'm sorry.
One of those places. It was on the airplane.
New England up that way.
Yeah.
Yankee country.
Yankee country. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Cold.
Yeah, exactly. Cold. So
No place I want to be.
that's right. They beat Brunswick on the 25th, 79-66.
Right.
Brandon Green had 33 points. Donnell Tuff had 14. Then they turned around on Saturday and played Camden at home.
Right.
Brandon Green had 17 points. Todrick Jackson had 14. DJ Bryant had 12, and Donnell Tuff had 11. Todrick Jackson made one of the most spectacular plays I have ever seen a college too, a high school or basketball. High school basketball or college basketball player make in the third quarter. It was winding down, and he had the ball at the top on the point. Just kind of, he dribbled around the guy at the top of the key, went through the lane, and just dunked over everybody. And that place just
I'm
went
sure
berserk.
it went berserk. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
man, it was crazy. I was just in awe. My jaw dropped, and I could not believe it.
Right.
So it was it was spectacular, and I'm sure it's YouTubed out there somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure.
So.
I guarantee it is.
But it was kind of phenomenal. Yeah. But we went down to beat Lowndes 80-51, and then we beat Valdosta Saturday night 86-57.
Right, exactly.
Just kind of put them back in their place and let them know that's our region.
That's exactly right.
In that game, you had Todrick Jackson had 21, Brandon Green had 27,
Wow.
and DJ Bryant had 11.
27 points.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they beat Chris County last night, 75-55.
Right.
And then, we said they got Colquitt and Valdosta.
Right.
Region tourneys next week, all that. I think the key to Tift County being successful is going to be DJ Bryant. That kid can shoot the ball.
Right, exactly.
And nobody talks about him because of the other three that's on that
exactly
team.
Right. That's exactly right.
And I think he might be the key to us winning some ball games,
Well, I think you got to have that little bit of depth there, and that guy that nobody's really looking for to be your shooter out there. And
yeah, just like Coach Rucker needs that 3, 4, 5, 6
that's exactly
shooter.
Right.
He's that guy
right. That's right.
he can fill it up, man.
Right, exactly. You got to have that.
And he can beat some people.
Yep. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be interesting.
It is going to be interesting.
Sure will be.
And it's going to be, it's going to be a good region tourney, and I hope, the playoffs are kind to us. And,
right. That's it.
And we'll keep up with it and track it and relay as much info as we can.
That's exactly right.
I'm kind of interested where Todrick Jackson's going to wind up collegiately.
Right.
I'm excited. We got another year to sit through after this and see, but I'm kind of curious.
That's exactly right.
I don't personally know him, but he seems like a pretty good kid.
Right. I know him a little bit, and every time I see him, we know each other a little bit, and he makes sure he speaks. And kids this day and time, to take the time to speak to an adult, that says a lot.
That's
it really does.
Sure
does. So I think he is a good kid, and we wish all our kids well.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. So
exactly.
Get out and support them. Friday night they'll be at home. So go out there and
cheer them on.
Yeah, I think it's $7 or $8, $5 to get in.
I don't know.
That's right.
$7.
Cut back on them 5 scratch-off tickets y'all going to scratch this week and go see Tift County basketball.
That's right. That's exactly right. So
what do we got next, Todd?
Well, rest of the season's still on.
Yeah.
Last weekend, Tift County went over to Camden County, and I actually had an opportunity for them to leave Friday and wrestle on Saturday. Able to spend the night over there, which was good, I believe. But it was a region tournament, individual tournament, and with this tournament, top 4 kids in each weight class go on to sectionals, which will be up at Chattahoochee High School this coming weekend. Tift County did fairly well as a team. They placed 4th.
Certainly.
So that's respectable there. I kind of run through some of these kids. Nick McCall, 106 weight class, finished 2nd. Malcolm Robinson had first place finish, 113.
He's a freshman, isn't he?
I'm not sure, Randy.
I think he's a freshman.
I don't know. At the 120, you had Quinn Campbell finishing 4th.
I know he's a freshman.
126, Jimmy Scarborough finishing 4th. Cole Diller wrestled at 132. Jerry Rodriguez finished 5th at the 138 weight class. And Clay Berry finished 5th at 145. Jarek Taylor 5th at 152. Raider Schimmel 160 weight class. Gunner's older brother finished 2nd at 170. Tommy McDonald finished 5th at 182. Sam Dunn 5th at 195. Bo Bergeron 2nd place, 220, and then Jesse Snow finished 3rd, rounding it out at heavyweights at 285. So, we got some kids that are going to go to sectionals now.
That's right.
And Nick, Malcolm, and Gunner, and Bo, and Jesse, headed up to Chattahoochee this weekend, and we certainly wish them well up there. And like I say, the 1st through 4th place finishers at the tournament do go to sectionals, and kids that finish 5th, they may have an opportunity to go too. If something happens to a kid this week, gets hurt, sick, what have you, they're right there in the wings as an alternate. So,
it could happen.
It could happen, So, good things are still happening in wrestling, and, we got sectionals and then state. So
yeah, state's next weekend in Macon.
That's exactly right. So not too far of a drive. I believe they start on Thursday and go through Saturday.
Yeah.
And
the GHSA is actually showing this on
CSS.
On CSS. It'll also be on GHSA TV or GHSA.TV, I think is where it's at.
Exactly.
And they'll be showing it there too.
Right.
I think there's a fee involved. Like for the whole weekend, it's like $7.
Is that right?
Yeah. I read a little bit on it today, and it's an opportunity to watch.
Absolutely, and
watch some of our kids. We're going to have a few qualify for state, if not all of them.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah,
we'll have some qualify for state. We really will, and it's fun to go watch them, cheer them on, and we certainly wish them well. we'll try to get you some results there and bring those to you next time we're here.
That's right. So
what else?
Well, before we go into the last thing right there, I got an email today from Coach Ellen Mullis. She is the head coach of the swim team. Yeah, and she it's my first interaction with her, and I mean, probably the best kept secret in Tifton County might be this darn swim team.
Exactly, you're exactly right.
And I say the best kept secret. I mean, you know, I used to hear a little bit about them, and I haven't lately.
Yeah, exactly.
And she sent me 1, 2, 3 pages of notes for the swim team.
Wow.
So buckle up. We're fixing to talk about swim team.
That's great.
Yeah, they are. They're actually leaving out tomorrow, headed to Georgia Tech for the state championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's wintertime. Why are you?
We're swimming right here in the middle of the winter.
I know. It just kills me, but
I know.
I guess they don't go during the summer. So congratulations to them. Coach Mullis goes on to say that this is their 3rd year qualifying for the state tourney. Mm-hmm. They have 8 swims and 25 athletes going. I don't know what that means.
8 swims and 25 athletes. We'll figure it out.
It says this is going to be the 5th year that the high school teams have been back in action as a team.
Possibly they're swimming in 8 different events.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. See, that's why we keep you around, Todd. Your money, your good looks, and your brain.
I know it. I mean, you know, it's still not going to get us anywhere, Randy. I'm sorry.
That's true. That and $1.25 to get us a mediocre cup of coffee. So, anyways, they've been back in action for 5 years. There's 73 members on this year's high school team, and that's a lot.
That's a lot of
That's
kids.
a lot of swimming. So
it is.
18 seniors are graduating, and this is their largest class to date, she said.
You know, 18 kids is, 18 seniors of any sport.
Yeah.
That's a lot of kids, senior-wise, for any sport.
Hey, a lot of sports, 8's a lot.
It is.
Not much less 18.
That's exactly right.
The girls' team won its first ever. The girls' team won its first ever region title last year, and this year they're runner-ups by 1 point to Camden. And the way she has this typed out right here kind of makes me think that, we're after Camden.
That's what it looks like.
And that's what earlier I was talking about these rivalries we're building around. That's
different
one
sports.
of them. That's right. And obviously their football team has a bullseye on them.
Right.
And
apparently their swim team
does too. So good.
Yeah, it makes sense. They're on the coast. They should be able to swim.
Well, if I had submarines chasing after me, I'd swim pretty darn
That's
well
exactly
too.
right.
So I thought that was pretty good. But she goes on to say that the basic premise of swim team, and she's going to explain some of this, is that there are 22 events, 11 for girls, 11 for guys. They range in distance from 50 yards to 500 yards.
Right.
That is way too long. And both individual and relay races. So you could have 3 to 4 kids swimming at one time.
Right. Billy Bob, 69. Coffee is their number 1 rival.
Coffee is the number 1 rival.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that information.
Well, good. Billy Bob, you must be a swim guy. And good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're tuning in.
That's exactly right.
So thank you. And you'll get us 2 dumb idiots caught up on what's going on in swimming. So that is awesome. But
you didn't, did you? Okay.
I meant Donovan. I wasn't talking about you.
Okay.
So, anyways, there could be 3 to 4 kids per event, and 2 individuals and 2 relays, or 3 relays and 1 individual. Typically, they compete against 7 to 15 teams each meet, and have competed with as many as 35 at one time. So, Billy Bob's daughter is the team captain. And I'm assuming that would be Mary Shoup. No? Yes? Because that's what I have in my notes, is that she's the team captain.
All right.
So,
well, good deal.
Congratulations to her and to you, sir, because
that's exactly right.
Any kind of leadership role a kid's doing, man, means they got good parenting behind them somewhere and get some good adult leadership.
Exactly.
So
and
that's what this is all about.
Okay, I know who this is now.
Oh, Maggie. Okay. Oh, was I not supposed to say that out loud? I'm sorry. They put it on the chat room, right?
That's exactly right.
But so anyways, so they've had as many as 35 teams at one meet.
Wow.
The region is the same as football, except Brunswick does not have a swim team.
Really? Well, how about that?
There are 4 strokes: freestyle, backstroke, butterfly, and backstroke. I don't know why she listed backstroke twice. Might have been a mistake. And one, then the individual medley swims all four at one time.
Right.
So, you know, obviously we put swimming and Michael Phelps in the same deal, but
Right.
we're going to change that around here. We're going to put this team, this swim team, as the focus
Right.
of swimming around here, man.
Absolutely.
That's what we want to do.
Well,
So,
you know, I know for, you know, a few years they've had swim meets here in Tifton. I think maybe, I don't know if it's the Georgia Parks and Recreation during the summer has one.
I think so.
You know, and it's probably a stepping stone to high school swimming. And, man, it's a huge crowd comes to those events.
Yeah, it's big for the community, big for them.
It is. It really is. So,
and everything.
You know, but that's great, you know. And I know Miss Mullis, you know, a little bit, and she's a great person. And, you know, to have this many kids involved in a program like that, that's great.
Yeah, we've got a number of athletes here, and I'm going to just mention their names. We'll get to their accolades next week after they go win this state title.
Sure.
It's going to be Mary Shoup, Anna Lee Atwater, Kendall King, Caitlin Seymour, S.K. Bowen, Alex Hardy, Maddie Honeycutt, Benjamin Dean. Oh, I'm sorry. Benjamin Dean, Connor Jacobson, J.P. Short, Hunter Cross, Will Byers. Those are some of the athletes that she mentioned, and with 70, how many we say, 78?
78, 75.
73.
73.
There's plenty more out there.
Wow.
And it's the second year that the middle school team has been in action, which, you know, obviously is a feeder program.
School, wow.
Yeah, so they got things going, man. It's rolling there.
Well, you know, and, you know, some of my previous board experience, I know that, you know, swimming in the winter, you brought that up, you know, it's kind of been an issue. You had these kids out there swimming at the Y pool and heated pool, but, you know, they jump out and it's cold, you know.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
You know, for a kid to want to get out there and swim, you know, maybe somewhat warm water and then get out and be in the cold like that and exposed to the elements, man, that's commitment there.
Oh, what are you talking about?
You know, so, you know, they obviously love what they do and enjoy it. And I'm sure there's opportunities for some of these kids to go on to the next level with this.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these kids, I actually know some of these kids and their parents, and a great group of kids. You know, I know they're solid academically as well.
Oh, I don't doubt that. So I'm going to go through some of the middle school names that are on here because they need to...
Golly, at 6 o'clock in the mornings.
They get up and swim at 6
Wow.
a.m. I tell you what, if you're not alert and ready for school, if you go swimming at 6 a.m., buddy,
Yeah, that's right.
Starbucks won't do nothing for you, I bet. So I'm going to go through some of the middle school kids because they need to be recognized also,
absolutely.
Todd.
Please do.
Mentions here Casey Hall, Ainsley Mobley, Autumn Hardy, Stephanie Connell, Jacob Harper, Jacob Red, Tyler Coker. Those are a few that's in the middle school, going to be, you know, future stars or stars right now for this team. So, man, the swim team's really got things rolling in the right direction.
Exactly.
A lot of good things going on, and you know, Coach Mullis has got a strong program going there, and is fortunate. And you know, I don't know, Billy Bob, can you tell us when the next? And obviously we got state coming up, but outside of that, some of your summer things that are going on. When is the big tournament here we host in Tifton? If you have any of that information, if you'll type it up to us, that'd be great, and we'll let everybody know.
Absolutely.
Give us an idea.
Well, let me ask you this question now.
Certainly.
You laid the challenge out to the air rifle team. Now, do you want to go out there and swim against some of these kids? I'm just asking.
If they got any that are injured, I'll take on them. Hey, don't let the fat fool you now. I'll still get down. Don't let it fool you.
Oh, me.
So, whales have a lot of blubber, but they can swim when they need to. Okay?
When they need to.
That's exactly right.
Exactly. Well,
here's what we'll do. I'll race one of them if whenever you, instead of holding the gun up in the air and shooting it, if you'll point it at me.
You'll probably do a lot better.
I'll do it a lot better. So I'll flat out get after them. So,
hey, well, that'd be great.
If I start swimming like that, I'll start having that 15-pack ab.
You'll look like Michael Phelps.
Instead of this keg I got here.
I'm sure.
I
You got to
agree.
swim a lot. You got to get out there at 6 o'clock in the morning to do it.
oh, I'm out. I don't even like shower water hitting me at 6 a.m. I mean, I'm not doing that.
Oh, exactly. Oh, man. That means the day has started.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a long day if I'm in the water at 6.
Wow, exactly. Well, speaking of water and swimmers, how about some fishing?
Fishing, the phenomenon that's going to take over Tift County. I feel it.
Well, we got the fishing program going on strong. And, Strolling and Nolan has nothing on Bass Begay.
Bass Begay, Rooster, and Coach. They come by a week or two ago at work and talked to me about our
fishing,
about their fishing club,
right,
and whatnot.
Man, they got some kids excited about this.
Oh, I know.
And
my kid hates that he's all wrapped up in wrestling and golf and everything else going on that
they can't go out there and
he don't have time for the fishing club.
Exactly. He told me how many kids I had. I can't remember the number, but it's
more than I thought.
Yeah, I think it was around 35 kids. Does that sound about right?
Yeah. Actually, Coach Begay was heading to, was it Columbus?
I believe
I think he was headed to Columbus to do a, talk to him about starting a program
over there.
Schools.
That's exactly right.
And, we're sitting here cutting up about it a little bit, but just to be dead serious for a minute, there's no better way to get a kid off the street from getting in trouble than, wetting a hook.
That's exactly right.
So it's a great thing they got the fishing club. So.
Oh, yeah, I agree. He's got a tournament schedule coming up, and this apparently is open to the public. Anyone can enter.
Fishing tournament.
Exactly. Looks like it's going to be this Saturday.
Is it this Saturday?
It is.
Yep,
it sure is. It's this Saturday. They'll be out at the high school. There's a couple of small ponds at the high school. If you want to enter, it's $25 a person. Looks like $50 for a two-person team. And they're going to have some prizes. Looks like first through third places have some prizes. Weigh-in's going to be at 3 o'clock that afternoon. Ought to be a big event,
We need to make it a big event.
Absolutely. Everything in Tift County, we need to make a big event. I don't care.
Bigger and better than anybody else.
If we're playing Valdosta and Tiddlywinks, it needs to be the best event ever.
I agree.
So, but man, when Coach Begay came by, he was excited. I mean, he was pumped up about this. And, of course, he said, please come out and see these kids at some point in time if you can. And, the kids are excited about it. And
well, he brought us a trophy and put at where we work, and I'm out at Tennessee Nissan. I'll go ahead and mention it. And he brought a trophy and a flip book to have a bunch of pictures and stuff, man. You want to see some kids enjoying themselves?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That fishing team was on it.
Absolutely. And I think he talked about maybe they got a tournament coming up where they're actually pairing some kids with some adults. There's a couple tournaments or something like that. So he's got a lot of plans for this fishing team. Second or third year, I think?
It might be the third.
I think it's their third season.
I think it is, yeah.
And,
time flies. I can't keep all these dates in years.
Absolutely. I just look for this to continue to grow.
Yeah, me too. Really, who doesn't like fishing?
That's right. Exactly.
And I'm sure they're working with the Bass Busters, the Tifton Bass Busters and whatnot. And, I got a bunch of friends that are involved in the Bass Buster Club, and they do a wonderful job.
Right.
I mean, it's competition and whatnot, but I want to mention this fundraiser they're doing, and that's what it is a fundraiser. It's not about how much the entry fee is. It's not about what prizes are. What it's about is giving money to a program that needs it.
Right.
And, if I wasn't working this weekend, I would go out there and fish.
Heck, yes.
And who's to say I won't give money to somebody to fish?
That's right.
Why not? It's $25. I'll waste it on better things. So...
Or worse
things. I'm sorry. Attaboy, Randy. So it's kind of crazy that we've got this fishing program, and and I'm just speaking on behalf of some people. It's like golf tournaments. People won't play in golf tournaments unless it's worth their while. Well, you know what? They're raising money for something. And if it's a worthwhile cause, you should go out and play in it, no matter what it is.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And in most cases, people turn around and give money back if they give away cash prizes, etc.
That's right. They do.
I mean, I've been with people who've played in poker tournaments and win a pretty good pot and keep it for themselves.
Right.
And it's a fundraiser. I say keep a little bit for yourself. You work for it.
That's right. That's right.
But give some back.
Give some back.
That's right,
exactly
man.
right.
Don't be greedy. Give some back.
Right. That's exactly right. Because it'll come back around, I promise you.
It certainly will. So, all these sponsors and companies and people in community, man, we helped put on a wrestling tournament not long ago, and we've got the best community in the world.
All you have to do is ask. People will help.
Ask. People will help. All you have to do is ask. And I'm not saying you go out and beat on everybody's door tomorrow.
That's right.
But, there's a way to do things.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And nothing better when these businesses, when they're asked and they do something, tell them thank you.
Exactly. Just to thank you. That's all most of these people want.
That's exactly right.
To be acknowledged and, get their name out.
Right.
And if you deliver that to them, they'll help you out every time. So
absolutely.
Just a big thank you to our community, man. They are just wonderful, and it's getting better. The longer I'm in it, the better it is.
Right.
So,
right.
And that goes out to everybody out there, man. It's not just businesses. Everybody makes this community better.
That's exactly right.
Speaking of that, Todd, we said we weren't going to talk about it, but let's talk about it. You want to?
Let's talk about it.
Today is National Signing Day for the NCAA, and we...
You want me to go there?
Go ahead.
Well, and I'll kind of, get a little background on this. I mean, today is National Signing Day, and I was at a little event last night with for Coach Reed and some of the other football coaches. And Coach Reed made the comment that he had a reporter ask him, say, "Hey, tomorrow's signing day, Coach. How many kids you got signing up?" And he looked at him and said, "None." That struck me a little bit. And I thought about it all day today. I said, here it is, National Signing Day. And I watched the news before I came out here, WALB, and a lot of the South Georgia teams around had a lot of kids sign. In Tift County, here we are, Tift County. We didn't have the first kid sign on National Signing Day. Tift County is much better than that, Randy. Much better than that. And I say that to say this, football, they had a down season, what have you. It doesn't matter what sport it is. Get out there, support these coaches, support these kids. Lift them up every chance you get, and that'll only make these kids better, these coaches better, this community better, and get some recognition for these kids. I mean, there's no excuse for a community such as Tift County to not have the first player sign on National Signing Day. Sorry I'm on my soapbox about that, but that's just the way I feel.
That's right, and like you said, it starts with the community. That's what this is about. This is what this show's about, is building a community that's going to build these athletes.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
And that's what it's going to do.
Yeah, I mean, certainly Billy Bob 69, I mean, your daughter apparently loves to swim. I'm sure there's some scholarship opportunities out there. Certainly hope your daughter, if that's her, what she wants to pursue, hope she can pursue that. Wish her very well in that. Doesn't matter what sport it is. I mean, every sport, every thing that we have that's competitive, we should be in the hunt. We should be in the running to get these kids a college scholarship somewhere. Yeah,
no doubt, and it's going to take all of us.
It is. It's not a job of the coach. It's not the job of the parents. It's the job of this community.
The community. That's exactly right. So we got to get out there and just build this community and make it better for everybody.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Build it together or tear it down together is what we're going to do.
Well, and I happen to be, and I'll mention this real briefly, the rising sixth graders, they've had some football training going on here recently and practices this week, and was talking to a parent out there tonight and made the comment, said, he went to most of the home games this year, and, we didn't have the best of seasons. He said one of the things that stuck in his mind more than anything is how Tift County crowds, they just don't get excited.
No.
Folks, we got to get excited. That's what's going to uplift these kids. They want people there supporting whatever they're doing, and whomever's there supporting them, they want to be excited about it. So we've got to do a better job of that.
That's right. No matter if the crowd, whatever they're, whether it's 5,000 or 25,000, it can be the best crowd it can be. One thing that bothers me is at high school basketball games, the student section.
Right.
That's what we need, a student section at high school basketball games.
Right.
There's probably 60 kids that go. And, I mean, when I was in school, we didn't miss basketball games. And we didn't have the luxury of having, the number one team in the state.
Oh, exactly, exactly. And the best facilities in the state.
And the best facilities in the state. But I miss going to 8th Street and being hot.
Hey, listen,
shoulder to shoulder.
That's a great environment over there.
It is.
It really is. I still got a lot of fond memories of that place.
Me too. It's funny when we wrestle in there. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, we used to play basketball in here. Everything I ever did was in this gym.
I know. Exactly.
Pep rallies.
Pep rallies.
Think about that. I mean, it was
juniors, sophomores, seniors. You knew where you sat, and
I was looking for the spirit stick. I mean, it was just crazy.
Exactly right. So, that's exactly right.
It's a phenomenal community, and we just got to we got to wrap our arms around the community and these kids, and make it the best.
Absolutely.
And
because we are the best.
That's exactly right. One thing that stood out in my mind, and I think we talked about it yesterday, we talk about it all the time actually, is, live every day like you're a champion.
Oh, yeah.
Win like a champion
That's
today.
That's exactly right.
And, that's what it's about.
Yep. And don't worry about what the competition's doing. You be the competition.
That's exactly right. I hope there's idiots in Camden County talking about us right now.
I do too.
And they're after our swim team. That's what I hope.
Absolutely. That's what you want.
That's right. We want the targets on our backs, and we'll take them.
Absolutely.
We'll absolutely take them. So
that's what we're here for.
That's exactly what we're here for. So, anyways, that's really all we got this week. A lot of going on in Tifton County athletics. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
Right. Exactly.
We'll wrap up the wrestling state tournament, swim team, state.
Baseball will be kicking off.
That's right.
Should be bringing you some baseball information.
I think baseball's got something going this weekend, unless it's illegal. If that's the case, then they have nothing.
They don't have anything going on.
Exactly.
Let's just err on the side of caution. They don't have anything going on. I do know they have a game coming up with, I believe it's Chris County, and my understanding that should be a great game. They've got a couple studs on Chris County's team that there's a lot of colleges looking at. A lot of scouts should be there. So I don't remember the date on that, but it sounds like it's an event you want to go to.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to try to be there. I think it's on a Tuesday.
I think that's right.
If I can, I'm going to be there.
Right.
Like you said, a lot of studs. A kid that's might go pro, pitches for Crisp.
Exactly.
Might go pro. He's definitely getting looked at D1.
Right.
Florida State. Everybody in the country wants him. So,
right.
And then we've got a few pitchers. We're going to have a pretty good baseball team this year, I feel like.
There's some vibes out there that, makes it look like we're going to have a great team.
Exactly.
I'm hearing a lot of positive things out of baseball.
That's right. So there's a lot of things happening in Tifton County, man. The state golf tournament is in Tifton County this year.
Wow.
At Spring Hill.
How about that?
I saw that today. Another tidbit of information.
Right,
There's a lot to get buzzed about around Tifton County, man. So
there's something happening all the time.
Exactly.
All the time.
If you have any video, photos, information you want to get to us, the information is right here.
Right here.
Did I do that all right? You're not watching us, are you? Okay, he's watching us. But anyways, get it to us.
That's exactly right.
We'll be glad to put it on the air. Email us, whatever you need to do. Get information to us.
Facebook, call us. Call us at work.
Yeah, ask for Todd.
Yeah.
And
stay in trouble enough. Personal phone calls, what have you. But what's one more?
So, anyways, let's wrap this show up, man. Live every day like a champion.
And be a champion.
And we're going to get out of here. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Go support Tifton County Athletics.
Go Big Blue. I'm Todd Gann.
Randy Meadows. Fear the pitchfork.
There you go.
This here's been a production of the Anairo Media Network. Your reality distorted. For other great shows, be sure to check out Anairo.tv.